ha 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 ha. So at this point I've covered pretty much every single Arkham game except Knight. No, they do not count. And okay, I missed some DLC too, but that's like, bro, you're being difficult. But after covering all these games and giving a myriad of horrible takes, I've actually gotten to learn a little bit about the Arkham community and its fans, and how insane they are. But see, I thought Arkham Knight would easily be the best Arkham game, hands down. Everybody would agree. No, there is so much divide amongst you people. Not us, you. I know who I am. I think it is blatantly clear which Arkham game is in fact King Arkham for a variety of reasons. Batman is at his best, the world is at its best, the villains are indeed villains, and the story is probably as good as an Arkham game can get. But jokes aside, I am genuinely having the most fun with Knight, so much that I even did side quests for the video. But let's not dilly-dally, we have a lot to cover. Main story, side quests, Riddler puzzles, fates worse than death, all of it. We are going 240%. I'm lying. But by the end of it all, we will truly find out who is in fact King Arkham. So we start the game off literally burning Joker to a crisp, Joker pack bussin', but after that we end up in a diner as an off-duty cop in first person, and I gotta say, I'm usually not one to really care about graphics, you know, at this point games either look good or they don't. Is it fun is the real question. But for almost a decade ago, this game looks amazing. The lighting, the character models, the textures, and the rain, bro, it really brings everything home, good golly. You know, walking into this diner, I really feel like an underpaid, overworked cop that's definitely gonna get this waitress's number, you know, treat her to some Chick-fil-A, a walk on the beach. But all the while, she will always be in the back of my mind. So some guy comes up to me, his shirt unbuttoned, stains all over it, and faint hints of precipitation. He hasn't even said a word, and this is already bad business. Bro asked me to go over yonder and get this one guy to stop smoking in the diner. Like, brethren, eat your food and dip. Why are you worried about what the next man is doing in Gotham? I am off duty. Now you might think that I'm overreacting, but notice how this guy sits down in the chair right next to me to make sure that I do it, bro. I really want to body slam this man. But I peruse over to the smoker, and for a second I thought that this was anarchy. Now I didn't talk about him at all in Origins. I just found him like annoying. He was in fact one of the villains, but some people think that this is a nod to one of Jason's outfits. I think I did see a similar fit in High Top Films' Jason trailer, but there's an A right there too, so I'm just gonna assume that this is anarchy. I touch bro, and he starts the tweak of the decade, throws the cop down, and the whole diner turns into a Baldur's Gate hellscape. Everybody is a weird zombie thing fighting each other. Now I don't shoot anyone, because spoiler alert, this is Scarecrow's fear gas. Hard at work. And I heard if you don't shoot anyone, the cop that you're playing as won't go insane over the course of the game. But eventually, one of the zombies jumps on him and gives the cop that conquest treatment. So next we see Scarecrow on a big screen showing Gotham everything that happened in that diner, talking about Bull and Bear Gotham. 3 days and I'm gonna let this fear gas loose. You do best to freaking daddle. And so, everybody in Gotham dips. They do not want that work, leaving the streets full to the brimmy with nothing but the craziest of criminals, and there's only one person, one being, one man that can bring order to this chaos. And so they straight up dump you in the game, give you a waypoint and say go. I rock with that. Batman is on his way to meet Commissioner Gordon. When we get there, he turns around and tells Batman, gee whiz Batman, I'm sure glad my daughter made it out the city. I don't know what I would do if anything happened to her. So they start talking about the state of Gotham right now, and it is bad. Purging, robberies, tomfoolery, and Scarecrow is gearing up to drop a fear bomb at a moment's notice. But one problem at a time. Gordon gets a radio call about an officer down. Batman does the thing and calls Oracle, aka Batgirl, aka Barbara Gordon. She did not leave the city and is actively helping the Bat. She tells him where the officer is. I get there and commit a terror. Bombing from the sky, slamming him down and dragging him across the bare concrete. Yes, he is on life support. And look at the way you can handle the rest. I mean, the combat animations, like, I've never really went in depth on like how insane they are. Like he be kneeing people in their face, jumping through the air, landing on top of them, and then giving them a massive nut tap. Like, what are you doing? So Batman helps the officer up, and not a second goes by before a car speeds directly towards them. Batman jets out of there with the officer, the car plowing into whatever was behind us. The officer is shivering out his timbers, saying, "Good golly, Batman, this city's gone to shreds. Whatever are we to do?" We even the odds. Batman, I failed algebra, could you please? Batman dives off the building into one of the coldest scenes in the game. Bro hits the ground, and what do I see? The Batmobile swerving out the lot. Batman hops in the air, totally unrealistic, but gaze upon the rims of the Batmobile with that little bat insignia. This is what Bat card money does. See, y'all don't know about the Bat card. Y'all wasn't around when times was hard. Y'all don't know. See, you think I don't know what I'm doing behind the wheels of the Batmobile. You think I'm basic. You think I am lost. You think me weak. But look at this, watch this. Look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out. I had to post up on top of the car because I know I really just did it to him. So Batman grips the guy up his shirt, demanding to know where Scarecrow is. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Scarecrow employed like a large, small army or something to take over Gotham so we could have like goons to fight. It's nothing too crazy though, some light. But the guy tries to pull a fast one on Batman, but he flips him over into the pavement, threatening to break his arm if he doesn't talk. Bro spills the beans saying, Scarecrow's at a penthouse. Please Batman, don't do it to me. With the intel downloaded, Batman swiftly breaks his arm, laying in the middle of the street unconscious with another man standing over you. That has gotta be an ick. So Batman tells Barbara the news, and we blitz to Chinatown, where I unsuccessfully stealth take down some guards, then burst down to the main building in the name of justice. And this game added environmental takedowns. It is over with. I wanted to add a kill counter to this video, but bro is straight up murdering everyone. Like, I ran over 67 goons in my last play session alone. Like, who am I, the kill count, bro? Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not. But after my rampage, I turn around expecting Scarecrow, but nay, I am met with her. Scarecrow appears on the screen behind her talking about Bull, Bear, Batman. I'm not there. The guard in the room then puts a gun to Ivy's dome, claiming he'll boom her if Batman doesn't let them go free. And I'm like, well, good golly, bro, just blow it. I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. But that wouldn't be very cash money of Batman. But either way, it doesn't matter, because Scarecrow gasses the room with the fear toxin. Ivy, you know, a big body, she eats that. But the guard? Tweaking. So Ivy strolls out the room, finally getting a breath of fresh air after a long time in containment, and caught you lacking again, bro. Like, you could have skipped, averted your eyes, closed the tab, and touched grass, but you failed again. Like, truly, bro, y'all are truly on something different, you know what I'm saying? Like, I posted the last video, right, and I was met with like unknown horrors in the comment section. Look at this. Mans is in here saying, that thumbnail is making me feral. Men of culture, we're gathering here today because of that thumbnail. Batwoman is absolutely amazing. That Arkham Harley fake got me acting up. Also, this is unrelated, but Batgirl is kind of fine. Dude, I tell you, they designed Harley and Oracle 10 out of 10 in this DLC. What are y'all on, bro? What is the deal, bro? Like, the thumbnail wasn't even anything crazy. I just put Batgirl and Harley in the thumbnail because it's their video, bro. And y'all went crazy. So Batman asks Ivy why Scarecrow had her locked up, but she starts playing games, so this, that, blah, blah, blah. Batman had to literally make a threat of genocide against every single plant in Gotham to get her to spill the beans. She caves and gives the spiel, confirming Batman's beliefs. So Scarecrow brought together every single villain on Batman's roster to finally tear down not only Batman, but Gotham itself. This was all months in the making, and the night is only going to get worse. So Batman is about to take her to jail, but Ivy got the drop on the back, has some plants straight whisk bro away. Now she's on the elevator, emoting, giggling, happy as ever, but Batman being Batman is waiting right for her as the elevator opens, grips her up, ready to put her in the back of the Batmobile, but all of a sudden some of Scarecrow's army rolls in with rovers and tanks. Men even hop out ready to unload terror, but then the Scourge of Arkham Knight appears, bustling through the back ends of Gotham. That's right, the tank. Let me tell you something, I only have two major memories of this game. The first being the boss fight with the Arkham Knight, where bro literally crushes the Batmobile into garlic powder. And oh, I remember doing a backflip, bro. I was so happy. I couldn't believe it. I felt free. And the next memory is the absolute horror I felt when a brand new one was wheeled right to me, and my frustrations were felt amongst the community. Brother, I had witnesses. I mean, I always wanted to drive the Batmobile in some capacity, but I never really cared if it made it into the Arkham games. I mean, I have a really weird relationship with these games. Don't let the hours of content fool you. I bought Asylum a year after its release, and only because there was nothing else around. I didn't even know City was a thing until 3 years after it dropped, just for me to buy it on a MacBook. And Arkham Knight? 2019. Game Pass. And even then I was like, fine, I guess. Which is insane, because every time I play one of these games, it changes my genetic code. I really think I'm the Knight. I really think I'm Vengeance. I really think I am Batman. But I'll dump all this lore on you to say that people were waiting on the Batmobile to be in these games for years, and even they blew a gasket with all this tank stuff. So what chance did I have at liking this vehicle? Just the same enemies over and over in waves. All it takes is one well-placed shot to knock them. It is so easy to fight them that I'm pretty much on autopilot waiting for the fight to be over. But the absolute worst offense by the Bat Tank is its inclusion in puzzles. I swear, bro, the devs thought they cooked. They thought they were in there making history. Well, they did make history. Bad history. Almost every mission has you unlocking some path to bring the Batmobile into the zone with you so you can use it, and it's either solving puzzles or just a myriad of enemies. You can't make one move without this thing tugging on your cape, begging to come with you. It's like your parents see you leaving the house to have fun, but the second you open up the door, they're like, where do you think you're going without your cousin? Like, I don't know him. I do not know him. I don't. But, all that yap. Just to say this, I actually kind of like the bat tank now. Now that could change. That could change later though. I'm not sure. I am genuinely unsure if I like these sections or if I'm just accepting the fact that this is just my life for the next month. I am way too deep in the thug it out movement. But anyways, I boom all the tanks and Batman unloads Ivy in the back. You know, I wish he could do it like Sleeping Dogs, you know, bang her head against the engine first and then throw her in there. I know this sounds crazy to like new people. I don't like Ivy, you know, watch the Asylum video after this. There's lore to it. But I take Ivy to the GCPD and she's like, oh, look. But I drive Ivy to the GCPD and she's like, oh, look, another cell. Whoop-de-doo. Well, if you stopped trying to murder people with grass, you wouldn't be in there. So we go back to Gordon and Bro lays the first set of side quests on us. Yeah, we got Azrael, we got Pig, some lost firefighters. I'm not doing that, but I'm gonna save all these for like later, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. And remember the officer from the diner?
God knows how we got out without shooting anyone. The people in that diner tore each other apart.
Is it just me? The toxins don't seem to be wearing off.
I hope you're wrong. He's going through hell in there.
So we head up to the clock tower after this, our kinda back cave for the game, and not 2 seconds into the Minecraft sesh, Barbara comes wheeling in, and I know she was flying around at Mach 3 last video and now she's in a wheelchair. Blame whoever wrote the killing joke. I have also learned and relearned a lot about Batgirl these last few months, and I mean a lot, bro. I might have to talk about that movie someday. But for now, she's been studying Scarecrow's fear gas. It has a lot of people tweaking unlike any Zaza, but neither she nor Batman know how to create a cure or resistance or whatever, bro. So they opt to simply trace it from where it came from. Before we leave though, Barbara's all sad about you know, lying to her dad, being in a wheelchair. It's all crazy stuff, and Batman he just does not have it, bro. He's just like, hey, we ball. Oh brother. So we get the first bat tank puzzle, and this one isn't too bad. You just drive across a roof, pull on some stuff, power a generator, some light, nothing too crazy. Look at this clip though. But this whole section is just so we can power a tower that will help us locate the chemicals to Ace Chemicals. But after that, we get our first call in with Robin. Bro's on the phone begging Batman to let him help, and Batman's like, you know, you and your bald head, get off my phone, bye bye. So we go off to the factory, right? And then Batman has to, oh wait, bro. My fault. The new suit. Before we go to Ace Chemicals, we come across a hostage situation. There's like 5 guys armed to the teeth in this one tiny room. Batman is only able to lure out like 2 of them. So he calls up Lucius Fox, aka Morgan Freeman, asks him if the new suit is ready. Lucius says, yes sir, and airdrops a pod. I did not ask for the yap. Cut that man down. We are going to be hearing a lot from Lucius. A lot. It'll make sense later. This suit gives Bruce Speed Force powers. I mean, look at this, bro. I'm supposed to believe that some weaves and flexible fibers give him the ability to whip and dash through this room like this. No, I'm not going. Arkham Batman has powers. He's not human. He is something else entirely. This is insanity. Like, let's be real, bro. Like, he regularly clears his entire rogues gallery in one night. My save file is 30+ hours long. Now, unless Gotham is operating in some solar blackout area universe, then what are we talking about? So Batman arrives outside of the chemical plant where Gordon is like, oh, we got at least 7 hostages in there. It's bad business, Batman. But right from under the bridge comes a chopper blowing out the entrance to the plant. Gordon makes the smart play and tells his men to stand busily. Meanwhile, I'm starting to think that Batman did a line of something before coming out, because why is he walking directly towards the helicopter? Now, I know he probably knows all his villains want to make him suffer more than they want him dead, so legally they can't kill him this early. However, the man inside that chopper is not one for shenanigans. He really thinks he's just gonna walk towards me. Oh yeah, I'm about to end the night early. I'ma boom you, Batman. Womp womp. You will not deny me my revenge, Scarecrow. We had a deal. The night is young. Let me cook. Fine, but this ends tonight. Now, obviously, the guards on the ground did not get the memo because they started blasting at the Dark Knight. Look at him running scared, hitting the jets. What was the plan? So this is like the first big moment of the game. It's actually really similar to Batgirl's DLC. You know, locate all the hostages and save them. Spoiler alert, they're all like past tense. So after some tank stuff and Barbara yap, I find the first. Using the Batmobile to rip down a wall, boom, there he is. I go in the room and it was a trap. The Arkham Knight and his fodder invade the room. Keep your guns on him. If that cape flaps, blow him back. Aim for the weak spots, the heads. Shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Please, sir, stop. I have a wife and child. Who asked? Genuinely, like, we're crickets right now. Leave him be. Or what, Batman? You know how long I've waited for this? How much I've suffered? Tonight we will win. I will win. Because I know who you are. I know how you think. Well, you know what I'm thinking right now? I think it's time for the bat to man. Get a load of this guy. So, we all know who this is, right? I already told you how I didn't follow these games when they were released, but Knight was the only one that I actually got to see trailers and dev interviews for. One thing I immediately figured out was that the Arkham Knight was Jason. Now, this isn't because I'm some crazy smart detective. It's the opposite. I'm just not brain dead. So there's this character that everyone's going, who is this? Their identity is a mystery. It's a big thing. And all of a sudden, a character that hasn't been mentioned in any game at all, one that everyone loves, is just there now. Like, what am I supposed to think? I'll deep dive when we get to the reveal, but the most obvious evidence to me was when someone showed me the Arkham Knight's posture. I really hope I can get the Arkham Knight voice thing right. Well, if it's bad, you're probably never hearing this, so So with the hostage saved, I wheel bro out to the police, then I hunt for the rest, finding even more of them in the grave undug. The whole time, Barbara and Tim are on the line, begging for Batman to let Robin help, because you know, we're at war, but Batman is hearing nothing of it, and telling Robin to focus on his job. I don't remember what that is, so I use the Batmobile to lower Batman down to a lab, save the last worker, and I think we only got 2 out of 6. That is a shame. We pop back outside, and there the Arkham Knight is with the remote control chopper. They love drone enemies in this game, but I think it's just the devs' way of having vehicles like blow up without having any deaths. And whenever you're in a major tank fight, the Arkham Knight is always on the radio screaming at Batman going, "You're too old, Batman. This is a young man's game. You're cooked. Why even try?" But I really like the fight. I really like the tank. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Don't quote me. It might change. When the chopper is boomed, I take the worker to the police where Barbara taps in with Scarecrow's location. So we nuke open a wall and crash down there with the Batmobile. Millions in hospital bills later, we make it to the main room where Scarecrow and his men are loading this machine up to create more fear gas. Ooh. The men are focused on getting these tubes into the machine. They don't even care that Batman is actively hunting them. I put a stop to this easy and made it to the main room where we finally get to put hands on Scarecrow, Bull, and Bear Batman. It's over, Scarecrow. How do I shut the machine down? Let me go. Or my boys will boomer. What are you saying? Barbara, Gordon, please, Batman. Please. So Batman does the dumbest thing ever. He drops Scarecrow and turns his back. Nah, this has got to be some sort of like plot dumbing down Batman. Like physically, yeah, look at Scarecrow, bro. He's got leg braces and everything. I could probably like blow air out of my nostrils and gang will topple over. But he is dangerous enough to make fear gas, assemble all of Gotham's villains, and gather a small army to subjugate Gotham. This isn't goofy goof times, Batman. He is dead serious right now. And it gets worse. Batman calls up Barbara, tells her to evacuate the premises. We are compromised. And she's like, oh, I'm fine. Nobody knows I'm here. Why would I tell you to leave if you were safe? I'm telling you, like, the writers took mad IQ points out of both of them. This is sick. Like, she's in a wheelchair. She couldn't get away fast if she tried. Just have her say okay, and then let us hear people break in and get her. Don't mock me by trying to get me to believe that she's dumb enough to not react to the situation accordingly. And guess what? The Scarecrow escaped. Didn't see that coming at all. Even locks Batman in there. I'm telling you, the signs were there. They were there. So Scarecrow's fear bomb is set to blow, but Batman is ready to stand on busy. Hacks the computer, finding a way to reduce the blast radius with these tanks. Now Bruce is moving as fast as he can. Alfred is simultaneously trying to find Barbara and talk Bruce into leaving, but it's be a hero or die trying. The music at the sounds of the factory, the inner turmoil. This is that real grown man vibe. It's me, the Joker, baby. I am so tired of the Joker. I am telling you, bro, I can't take it anymore. Every single game, he's always just there, lurking, taking like massive chunks away from all the other villains in the story. Like, he died. He died. He had 2 games, 3 games. And now here we are back in the midst of it, bro. He's just a clown. He is literally just a clown. I've really been asking myself recently, is Joker really that cool of a character? Or does he just have some really, really good writers? Because nobody even likes clowns. If we went bare concept right now, I create Batman, what should his biggest villain ever be? You wouldn't look at Ronald McDonald and go, yeah, we need that. I want that. Like, I love the Joker, bro. I do. I'm just tired, bro. I'm just sick of it. I need a break, bro. I need a 5-year break from a new Joker.
At least buy me dinner first. Alright,
bro, let's get this out the way. He's here in this game in 2 ways. So the first is blood. So Batman invited Gordon to come out here and see what he's got cooking up in the shop. Gordon has absolutely no idea what's going on right now. All he knows is he shows up, goes down this elevator, it switches into first person, so you know we're gonna get jump scared, and he sees all these pods full of people, all of them that look mysteriously like the Joker, the Jonkler. But all of a sudden Batman pops up out of nowhere. Oh no. Nah, I for real got scared though. I actually got scared though. Screw this game. But anyways, Batman goes on to explain how all these people are just like infected with the Joker blood and how it's like turning them into Joker. But there's one guy right here, Quincy Sharp, a mayor guy person. He has the blood and he has shown no symptoms. So Batman abducted him. Oh yeah, he kidnapped all of these people. None of them are here of their own free will. But yeah, Batman has just been like testing them, trying to like figure out what makes this guy right here so special. But there's one more pod that's empty. Gordon asks about it. And Batman is like, oh, he'll be here soon. It's him. It's Batman. But we'll learn a lot more about this later. The second way the Joker is in the game is by the fear toxin. So while Batman was clearing that whole place out, some fear gas like got in there and now he's like tweaking out, seeing a whole hallucination of the Jonkler. And this thing is going to be with us for the entirety of the game, which is probably like the only part of this whole Joker blood fear gas thing that I actually like, because he's funny. You know, Batman is always just like standing up tall, just like staring off in the distance and stuff like that. This Jiggler adds the funnies that I need. For now, the Joker hallucination wakes Batman up, telling him we gotta go, we gotta get this shmoney. This entire base, this entire factory is collapsing and we are running out of time. So I use the Batmobile to whip the windows out of the wall. Now we are straight whipping that thing through the hallway, straight left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So Bruce starts telling Alfred how he got dosed with the fear gas and how it's not hidden, how it's light work, it ain't nothing. Bruce, I was going through your memories and I think we might be a victim. This is one night with Talia in Metropolis. She gave you a drink and you lost like several hours. You woke up in the bed without a batsuit. Like, what happened? Bruce! But now we got a real problem on our hands. We gotta go tell Gordon that his daughter got napped and it's kinda our fault. Well, really, it's Barbara's fault because like she's an adult. No one held her at gunpoint. Or like at wheel lock point, whatever. So I'm like 14 pages into the script and this is like just the first 2 hours. Mind you, I don't double space. The future editor to me is in danger. So instead of telling Gordon about his daughter, I went to do a Riddler side quest. I know it sounds crazy. I deny several side quests in DLC and the first thing I do is a Riddler trophy. And it's a race through this place. I got a problem. You mean to tell me that on top of 3D printing hundreds of trophies and placing them all over Gotham, this man Riddler turned an entire abandoned construction site into a racetrack for Batman, and this isn't the only one. Riddler might actually be Batman's sequel because what this man is ready to accomplish in one night needs to be studied, and it gets worse. Like, why are we bringing the Batmobile into a random like Riddler divot? What if he blows up the elevator, trapping us? Then what, Batman? Then what? Well, then we'll bring out the bat drill and dig a hole in the ground. Rada, 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 rada. I'm losing it. And so after that, right, I really like that racetrack, by the way. That was a lot of fun. I nut up and go back to the GCPD to tell Gordon about our little happy accident. He took it terribly. Now we're going on a road rage rampage through the streets of Gotham. We have to make it back to the clock tower, but the Arkham Knight's forces are not having that. And the whole time this is happening, Joker is in the back playing with the radio. Yeah, I came back and you fell. Second place can't be in my face. Oh well. Will you please get out of my head? You are tweaking. 2024 music, Batman. Eventually we get back to the clock tower. I handle some posted thugs, go inside, and Batman starts the tweakathon. I'm just let it play out in full.
Colleen? Is that you again?
Candygram! Oh, don't pass out just yet. Come on, show a little spine. Just wait till your father gets home. He's going to be furious about all this mess.
Now this might be inappropriate, but a little while ago she was giving him the business. What happened? Fraud alert? All right, okay. I'm just saying, bro, the math is not mathing. But I love these dream sequences. When the room changes as you look around, bro, it is crazy, and they only get better as the game goes. But this one, I got stuck waiting for the room to like switch back for a while. But luckily Gordon comes up right as Batman is returning to normal, and then Batman makes the revelation, shows Gordon Barbara's bat computer, and bro's worldview comes crashing down. He's like, oh no, Batman, my daughter! And Batman's best defense is Well, she's really good at her job. You should see her. Now, I don't care that he found out that his daughter was employed under the Batman Incorporated monocle and was issued her own business back card. I would have had to do it to him. But Gordon storms out in a rage, throwing his bat phone to the ground, claiming he's gonna find Barbara himself. And then we just don't see Gordon for the longest time. Now, the next part is kinda so I'm just gonna give you the spark notes. We need to find Barbara ASAP. Batman checks some computers, beats down some of the Scarecrow guys. Regular detective business, you know how that go. At some point in the mix, Riddler starts broadcasting on every screen in Gotham. I am fully ready to ignore it, but he's got Catwoman. But now that I think about it, Riddler has got Catwoman with like a bomb collar around her neck, and it takes like 8 keys to open it. Now, I did do the first quest, but I just don't care enough to talk about it and edit all the way through that, so it's gonna be a no for me. Riddler is cut. Riddler is cut. So I'll start the hunt for Barbara again, and all we gotta do is... Did I get you? Please don't go. But I knew this was coming, and I still got a little jumpy. I immediately rectify this situation by finding and bringing down the Man-Bat. So Bruce takes some of his blood and uploads a sample to Alfred. And Alfred is looking at it like, Master Bruce, what is going on tonight? He matches the blood to Dr. Kirk Langstrom, and through his name, Alfred tracks a lab owned by the doctor. I get there, and yeah, bro, we got a real Dr. Connors type situation going on. Some looped footage on screen shows Dr. Langstrom and his wife discussing a recent breakthrough with their research. Bro decides to test whatever it is on himself, and it went horrible. You can see his wife on the ground, deceased. Tragic. So Batman goes over to the computer and reverse engineers a cure. Turns out Langstrom was trying to merge his DNA with a vampire bat's. Alright, bro. The rest of this quest is locked off till Man-Bat shows up again, but we'll spin back. Eventually, Batman and Alfred track Barbara's location to a crash site near a bridge, and they pull like the craziest malarkey with this section. Like, we really gotta start questioning these AR sections. Now, I can somewhat believe, you know, making practice fights with like hologram people, but to recreate an entire car crash down to like the tiniest details, like the way the Arkham Knight like fumbles out of the car. Like, that is insane, bro. But then again, we did just talk about a whole Man-Bat. But if you ever play this game for yourself, bro, lock in at this part because it is horrible. Like, if you forget what Batman says to look for, you are just like cooked. But after doing the whole detective section and playing around while Batman's kind of daughter is getting like maybe tortured, we find out that Barbara was actually the one that caused the crash. She pepper sprayed the driver, and next thing you know, he's midair. She crawls out, but her legs are more useless than an umbrella on a sunny day. She knew she wasn't gonna get away. This whole plot was just so she could throw a USB for Batman to find. Then the Arkham Knight finds her and just like carries her off. Bruce sends the flash drive to Morgan Freeman so he can like unscramble the information. In the meantime, Azrael is trying to get Batman's attention on a nearby roof. If you don't know who Azrael is, I call him the one who drips. I have truly never seen this man step out in anything less than the best. His regular, gas, his bat armor, bussin', his bat suit. A shame, because it was only in one game. But a little mod can fix that. So Azrael often appears in stories where Batman is dead or not around, hence the batsuits. The problem is, he's kinda insane. I mean, sheesh, you can't be the best dressed in the verse and expect nothing to come with that. Sometimes when it rains, it pours. I think it usually comes down to either Nightwing or Red Hood having to knock some sense into him and take the Batman mantle for themselves. In Arkham Knight, he's catching up with Batman. He was in City, so they know each other. And bro thinks Batman might bite the dust tonight and wants his blessing to take over in that case. Batman's like, cool, punch air for me though? So we switch off to Azrael. And this blows. Mans has a whole sword, yet I'm sitting here fighting with Batman's exact flow, word for word, bar for bar. Get it off my screen, we'll wrap up the quest line later. And so I hike up to Mr. Freeman, and he did some magic with the flash drive to find out where the Knight's next location is, and also upgraded the Batmobile. I don't know what he did to it, so womp womp. We tracked the Arkham Knight to an underground military base. Nothing too crazy. You do have to drag that darn Batmobile down here with you though, every move I make. Like, get off my back. And while we're going through the zones though, Robin is still calling Bruce begging to help. I was about to do the yada yada yada, he's bald, but I almost forgot. Barbara is kidnapped and they're dating. Robin asks how she's doing and Bruce is like, she's alright, she's fine. Your mission, focus on that. Put all that extra headroom to use, boy. And hangs up the phone. Now I'm trying to line grapple through this base and Joker is talking crazy. Well, you gotta tell him sometime, Bruce. See, the absence of his hair follicles to weigh on his brain increases his brain mass more than that of the average person. So he'll figure it out eventually, Bruce. You gotta tell him either way. Trust me. Trust my judgment. It's me, the Joker. I refuse to believe that they did not see me swinging through here. Imagine Imagine lack of peripheral vision being the reason your army sucks. So I shoot through some grates, meander through the vents, and pop out the other end. But brother Batman is met with a spray of bullets and turns around to see none other than the Arkham Knight diving from the sky, gun first. You know he was waiting on the ceiling like this. The Flow Bandit is what the streets called him. He Superman punches Batman to the ground. It really had him tumbling. I'm shook. Then puts the boots to Batman's chest and now I'm sick. Ooh, new armor. Speed Force infused. Batman, you got a lot of new tricks. Too bad all the weak spots are the same. I remember them. Walks out the room telling his boys to finish the bat. I take all my frustrations on the Knight's goons and proceed to follow bro out of the base. We end up back on the streets chasing down the Knight, but eventually I catch up to the car, and as you can see, this is not the Arkham Knight. He calls Batman up on his wrist phone. You're so goofy, Batman. Wrong car. Hey, I'm gonna go see what Barbara up to though. Bye. Batman gets so frustrated. He commits a terror. While the guard is down, Batman tells him to talk, but he starts yapping about everything except the Arkham Knight's location. So he wheels the Batmobile up, gets his head against the wheel, and slowly starts to crush his head. How do you even think to do this? Batman just got this Batmobile tonight. One small slip up and this man's spinal cord is kaput. Nah, this must be the Joker blood hard at work. But as you can see, the guard snitched on the Knight so hard he might be entitled to a Big Mac and a Pepsi. Said he went to go find Penguin to pay him for his help with the army. But on the way over there, I got distracted again. I chased Firefly, that one guy I skipped over in Origins. His whole goal tonight is to burn down firefighter bases. It's so stupid, bro, but I chase him till his gas tank runs out, and Batman flies out the Batmobile to tackle him, but he got away. You gotta do this like 3 more times, I think. Mid. Anyways, you wanna hear something cool? Since Joker is infecting Batman, he starts having a variety of hallucinations, right? If you've never noticed this, I'm about to break your mindset because I just noticed this too. Sometimes when you're moving around the city, you can see Joker's face overtake like paintings, statues, billboards, all of it. And ever since I've seen the first one, it's like they're everywhere now. And so I resumed the search for Penguin. But Batman isn't the only one on Penguin's feathers. Alfred calls in saying Nightwing, the GOAT, has been tracking Penguin for weeks and has enough information to help find Penguin faster. We meet up with him and holy suffering succotash, Batman, what a doozly woozly of a night that we're having here. You know, I thought I saw you earlier, taps you on the shoulder. But get this, it was a guy in a bat costume. He screeched and flew away. Sick cosplay. The information, please. Well, all you had to do was ask Bruce. So Nightwing hands over all his research on Penguin and offers to help. But Batman pulls the Batman, going, nah. I'd win. So we follow a car to Penguin's base. The bird and the men are counting up stacks, thinking crime pays. Not on my watch. Batman pops out a grate. That's like our second choke for the video. Oh, bruh, it's over with. I mean, add it up, I guess. But he slams Penguin into the racks. Barbara Gordon, Arkham Knight, where are they? Penguin starts the British yap and playing like he isn't 2'5". One of his men runs up just to become infertile. You're running out of time, bird. Another one runs up, obliterated. He then lifts Penguin up in front of all his men. You can just feel the testosterone fading from his body. This is bad. And Penguin finally caves and tells Batman that the Knight went on a ride on one of those airships scattered throughout the city. And so then some of the goons threaten to shoot Batman if he doesn't drop the pigeon, which is a horrible idea. Like, you're gonna shoot Penguin at this angle. Where did he get these bargain bin thugs at? Batman throws the dodo at them and immediately gets put on the ground by some of the others. Penguin scurries away, leaving Batman in an entanglement. Nah, I'd win, you said. But failure is what you sow, Batman. So now they done let the dog out of the cage. They done put Nightwing in my hands. You know I had to drop the 30+ combo into a tag team with Man. This is how it should have been. A game about Nightwing, Red Hood, anybody, Batman Beyond. You could have did anything else. And then you did it terribly. So we cleared the room something vicious. Of course, Batman is like, oh, I had it covered. They had us on our knees. We were adding to the ick list, Batman. Tweaking. He tries to shoot Nightwing away, but bro is 10 toes times 10. He says he needs to stop Penguin from moving guns into Bloodhaven and help Gotham from its worst threat yet. This sets up for Penguin's side quest, but we'll spin back to that later. We continue the chase for the Arkham Knight, but before that, we get one of the funniest Joker scenes.
Now, what have we got here? A good old-fashioned ambush. Oh, you wait there, Bats. Let your dear old Uncle Jay sort out these chumps. I can handle it, though it has been a while. Maybe a little rusty.
And so we make it to the blimp Penguin was talking about, and this has to be like one of the best missions in the game. Not only does it push the story forward heavy, but the mechanic of letting you tilt the blimp to move the crates in and out of the way is way more fun than it should be. What if this crate landed on somebody? Yeah, what if it did, Batman? What if it did? But anyways, the night is supposedly here, but it's any man's guess. Bro might have robots taking his place thinking he's Slade or something. So we hit a main room where they just drop into a conglomeration of enemies. No teammates or nothing, this is just pure dopamine. When we finish, there's an old man named Simon Stagg groveling on the ground. Batman asks him why the Arkham Knight's forces are on his head. He says, I don't even know, they wildin'. That is cap, Your Honor, straight cap. But mid-talk, Stagg turns into the Jonkler. You're never gonna find her, Batman, she's cooked, probably dead as we speak.
Target is secured. We're bringing him to Arc 2. Over.
Batman!
No! Quiet! Wave goodbye. That's the last time you'll see him.
Yes, sir, that Joker blood is starting to take its toll. We are running out of time. But we gotta save Stagg and find the Arkham Knight. While doing that, Batman and Alfred start to find out that these blimps are more sinister than they thought. Clearly, something was being made here. Tested even. That thing is the Scarecrow Fear Toxin, an upgraded version, and a project called the Cloud Burst. So Bruce sends all the info he has for Alfred to investigate. While he's investigating, I beat up a conglomeration of men and save Stagg. Well, not really. He's stuck in a cage and like really, he's in there. And so Batman starts pressing him about his involvement with the Scarecrow. What does the toxin do, he says. Why is the Cloud Burst? But before Batman can get an answer, Stagg gets gassed. Starts tweaking off that fear gas. Call him track 3 of A Great Chaos. So we get to the main room where Scarecrow is. Yeah, at some point they mentioned that he's here and not the Knight. So yeah, blah blah blah. As we walk further into the room, Joker starts hyping Batman up.
Roll up, roll up. It's the Pick the Real Scarecrow show. So where's our first contestant? You, the one with the ears. Step up and have a go. What's your name, sir? Bruce? So, which one will it be, Bruce? Difficult, isn't it? Is it the one on the left or the one on the right? Choice is so hard, isn't it? But what's the alternative? Bad luck, Bats!
You're not dying. It just feels like you are. My toxin is filling your lungs, drowning you in your greatest fears. What can you see? A city engulfed in fear. Betrayed by those you trust the most. Your darkest secrets revealed. As I tear your mind apart, Gotham will watch. I will cut that mask from your face, and the whole world will see the fear in your eyes. Then they too will understand. There is no savior, no more hope, no more Batman.
Maybe it's already happened. Look at me! I'm amazing! And this body! I can't believe how strong it is! Come on, finish him! Look at him. He's no better than the creep who killed your parents. You need to do something. You need to stop him. Good.
So Batman is sad. His parents, no-kill rule, yada yada yada. Scarecrow takes his chance to make his escape and all that. But then, the Arkham Knight appears, so Batman ups the blammer. But Knight's draw was quicker, and you have got to be lying to me. Speed Force, I am telling you. As Batman gets up, Scarecrow starts blasting Barbara's location all over Gotham. This is our chance to get her back. But I got a little bit distracted. Just a little bit, nothing too crazy, nothing to worry about. So I found Man-Bat again, injected him about once or twice, and then his quest is just locked again until I progress the story. Pewee. Azrael ran the Batman trials like 3 more times and passed with flying colors. Batman's like, yeah, we'll consider you for this position. Azrael, you better decide quickly, Batman is getting real wacky out there, and dips off into the night. While Azrael was getting tested, Alfred was researching his origins in the background. Turns out, bro was a whole Gotham cop that just disappeared a while ago. So Batman goes back to the clock tower, does some magic on the computer, and finds out Azrael is just being controlled by a cult or something. Now obviously the control was extremely weak, because bro has the freedom of choice presented via the option to either break the control or outright kill Batman. I choose the good ending and they dap up. Azrael drops the coldest line in the game too. I do no one's bidding but God's. Generational bars. We make it look easy. The bad ending has him getting thraxed by Batman and going to prison. That is just a waste of drip. So then I'll stop like several bank robbings committed by Two-Face and his Goonies. Underwhelming as hell. That brother Two-Face was a straight cameo at best. Like, look at this. Look at how I beat him. And he's just done. It's over. I was waiting for him to get up for like 5 minutes. He didn't move. He barely breathed. Get in that cell, bro. I mean, I hate to see them do it to you like this. You know, maybe he'll be a playable character in the game that shan't be named. Ah, that's a terrible fate. I went back and I tried beating Pig's side quests. You just track some bad opera music through the city, scan some like hung up bodies and all that. Brother thinks he's the Predator, but I can't actually fight him right now since the Batmobile can't make it to this area yet. Pewee. But at this point, I am still fiending for side content, so I caved and tackled 2 of the seasons of Infamy. Now, I was gonna ignore the Hatter like I did with Riddler, but we ball. I go to the GCPD where bro is waiting in an interrogation room. Says, Batman, I got hostages hidden around the city. Of course, Batman goes, where are they? And then he starts speaking in riddles. I regret doing this quest. I saved 2 of the hostages, but the last one is just a book. Batman takes the book back to the interrogation room. He opens it, and now we are tweaking. There was drugs in the book. Now, get a load of this. The sirens from these cars programmed Batman's brain to tweak out when opening this book. It is so stupid. But this arena is pretty cool, and the colors are like cool. I like it, bro. I guess it's cool, I guess. But what is Batman doing in the real world from the Hatter's point of view? He has to be in there punching air. But eventually Batman snaps out of it and starts dragging Hatter to a cell. I had no idea he was this short, bro. Shorter than the Penguin. Pour one out for him. But I haven't had enough. I want more. The last quest I tackled on my bender was that of Killer Croc's Season of Infamy. And I say this with every atom in my body, brother. Killer Croc has got to be the saddest character in the entire Batverse. Mans was born with a disease that turns his skin and other features into that of a crocodile. And depending on the story, he'll either be like somewhat human figured or his cells will just go straight goblin mode, rendering him into a monstrosity. Guess which version we got. So boom. Nightwing calls up Bruce about a crashed prison blimp that landed in the ocean, so he's freaking daddled to the location. And walking through the halls, I'm starting to doubt that like anybody would survive this. I mean, most of this place is underwater. It wet up like a block with gang violence. But eventually we find a wounded officer. Batman asks him what happened and he says, Croc got out and gave the blimp the business. It's been bad news ever since. Nightwing even radios in saying he found a mangled corpse. It's getting kind of scary. We go through it a little bit more and then we find the warden of the prison. They get to yapping. Yep, the Gators got the warden, so now we gotta save him or whatever, I guess. So then we meet up with Nightwing and get the most confusing grunt fight in the game. Like, we are on a sinking blimp way offshore. What are they fighting for? Wait in the cages like no one else is coming to save you. But then we can't even follow Croc because now the devs want to pad the runtime by having us like hunt for keycards scattered around Gotham. Basically, another guard tells Batman that the 2 people with the keys to the doors thanked the bus driver the second the blimp started to nosedive. So I go outside to hunt for those, bro, get them, come back, and then we get the truth to what was really going on here.
The creature's regenerative healing factor is quite remarkable. Superficial lesions can repair almost instantaneously.
Things they were doing here to prisoners, to Croc. Bastards.
Further surgeries have been scheduled to see whether tissue growth can be accelerated. Human trials are underway. Stabilizing the recombinant DNA is our next step. We have lots of work ahead of us. As an aside, the subject's physiology is altering, possibly as an adaptive response to trauma. Sedatives are becoming less effective. Termination, although undesirable, must be considered.
And this is all very illegal, you know, so like maybe we let him keep the warden. I don't know, I'm just saying. So we hop in a grate and follow the vents to the main room where Croc is holding the warden. Bro is up there telling the warden to make him normal again. Nah, bro, you're cooked. Batman and Nightwing pop out and they do Swampy crazy. Swampy is the crocodile from Where's My Water? I am old. So Nightwing body slams a 10-foot tall mutant. We get his health to near zero. Bro is bleeping. Batman knees Croc through the air, swings Nightwing into his stomach. They start the team beatdown, attacks left and right, both of them kicking and dropping onto him. Continued beats. Croc tries to fight back, but they keep going. Somebody please call PETA. So Croc is down. They bring him to jail. Sad story. Wish it didn't have to be this way. But alright, bro. And no more beating around the bush. We gotta go save Barbara.
What? We hurry all the way here and Crane's killed her already? He's got no sense of occasion.
We both know fear is theatrics, Batman. So permit me the indulgence of putting on this show.
Ooh, maybe I got bag-faced wrong. Oh, here comes the toxin. I can practically taste it.
What's happening?
Barbara!
Yes, you see it now. The horror behind the glass. The monster that will be your end. Unless you pick up that gun and deny him.
Don't listen!
Please, no!
Barbara, it's me! Your friend.
You won't get me. I won't let you get me.
You will bring death to all who follow you.
Sir, what's happened?
She's gone, Alfred.
What do you mean?
Barbara. Scarecrow was punishing me. He killed her.
No. Oh, my... Well, sir, we need to focus. The people of Gotham need you.
I should have protected her, Alfred. She's dead because of me.
Sir, please listen. Stagg's files have revealed what the cloudburst does. It's a dispersal device. Sir, don't you see? Scarecrow has the means to engulf the entire city in fear toxin. You stopped him from making it operational, but it's only a matter of time. Sir, did you hear me?
He heard you. He is wondering how he can live with himself.
Master Bruce, don't let Miss Gordon's death... Don't let it be for nothing.
Oh, you can't bring her back. Let Uncle Jay take charge. No more bad memories, no more pain, no more fear. Scout on him.
Ivy.
Wait, what? No. Wait.
Look at us. Everything we own would be lost if I left you alone for 5 minutes. I don't know how hard it is to keep track of things. It's not like I have much to begin with.